Hello, namaskar, namaskara, namaskaram, namaskar. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to my class, The Daily Current Affairs, where we will learn significant events of the past 24 hours and how to tackle preliminary upcoming examination. Do not just think that it is important for prelims that you watch this class. It's also advantageous for mains examination. Moving ahead, before I begin with the classes, I would like to inform you about 3 P2I courses we are launching in the form of morning batches from 10th of July, 8 a.m. And you must know that we have less than 12 months for our upcoming UPSC 2024. We must act quick. Once you invest a meager amount in these courses, for Hindi students, we have a complete Hindi batch. For English ones, we have a complete English batch. And for those who are going for English batches, we have a English batch as well. I will take up international relations in the English batch. Okay, remember that. So if you want to take enrollment in these batches, do it as quick as possible. We are going to provide you everything. Live classes, study materials which will be delivered at your doorstep. Other than this, prelims test series, mains test series, daily answer writing practice as well. Other than this, you will also be having a mains residential program. Mains residential program, you will be called to the StudyIQ campus if you qualify prelims 2024, and there you will study distraction free for your mains examination. And after that, we have an arduous procedure for preparation of interviews. When you visit the StudyIQ website and you are going to take the admission, please ensure that you use the code PDLive. You can use it for any course, but if you use the code, you will get it for 29,999 only. So please do that ASAP. If you want the PDF of this class, you can be a part of my Telegram channel. Many students have asked that how should we make notes of DCA? I am providing you the PDF. From there, you can make notes of DCA. Okay. If you have any kind of query about UPSC, you can talk to me on my Instagram as well. These are the many things that we have to cover today. Let's start with the first question. Arrange the following revolt or uprising in the correct chronological order from earliest to the latest. From the one that has happened first, after that the second, third and fourth. Choose the correct answer using the following code. So Rampa, Koya, Mopla, Ramosi. Ramosi happened in Maharashtra in the year 1877. Thereafter happened Koya uprising in Andhra region, that was in 1879. Alluri Sitaram Raju, he spearheaded the Rampa Rebellion. This also happened in Andhra Pradesh, so it was in 1922, much later. When we talk about Mopla Rebellion or Malabar Rebellion, it happened in the region of Malabar, it was 1921. So accordingly, from the earliest to the latest, first we have Ramosi, then we have Koya, then Mopla, yeah, and then Rampa. 4231 will be the correct answer. 4231 option A. Now today is the birth anniversary of legendary freedom fighter Alluri Sitaram Raju. That is why we have asked you this question. He was born on 4 July 1897 in Mogalu in Bhima Varman region of Andhra Pradesh, and since the very beginning he was a very mystic child. Although he studied conventionally, but after a period of time, he left his studies and became a sannyasi and a strong believer of justice. By the age of 18, he renounced all worldly pleasures, became a sannyasi, mingled with the tribes over there. The tribal people loved him actually. So, when he saw that Britishers were so violent against the tribes when we come to economic policies, social policies, he was very upset. By the influence of Gandhiji's non-cooperation movement, he asked the tribes to seek justice in the local panchayat. Do not go to the conventional justice courts that the Britishers have developed. But when he saw that this trick is not working, the tribals are not getting what they deserve, so what did he do? He started the Rampa Rebellion. Okay, he started the Rampa Rebellion in August 2022. So remember the region here. It all started in the Andhra Pradesh region. The Rampa administrative area was home to the about 28,000 tribes. These tribes practice the Podu system. In this particular cultivation, they used to cultivate crops, and after some amount of time, forest tracts were cleared. Okay, but Britishers wanted this region for themselves to ensure that railways are getting developed in these regions. So they passed the Madras Forest Act of 1882. This oppressive order started to restrict tribal movement in these areas and also ensured that they are doing forced labor in the construction of roads. So, Alluri Sitaram Raju wasn't happy with all this. He was very, he vehemently opposed it. The oppressive order, it began the tribal revolt by the name of Manyam Rebellion. Okay, remember that. So, Alluri, Sitaram, Raju, with the help of guerrilla warfare tricks against the British and with the help of plenty of local supporters, he successfully evaded the British for a long period of time. And he quite a lot frustrated the British because of that. So much so that a reward of 10,000 was announced on his head, a bounty was there on his head, and it should have been given to whomever could have caught him, dead or alive. And he wasn't happy with the kind of misery that was being inflicted upon the tribals. He was here and there as he was practicing guerrilla warfare tricks. So he surrendered. He surrendered and thought that a fair trial would be given to me because he was a just man. So he thought everybody would be just towards him. But he was on 7th May 1924 treacherously trapped. He was tied to a tree, shot dead, and thereafter he was cremated. So he had left behind an inspiring legacy of anti-imperialistic, you can say, actions that he did. And besides being a tribal, of course, he was a legendary freedom fighter. Since then, he has been considered Manyam Virudu. That means the hero of the jungle. So remember, Manyam Virudu is used for Alluri, Sitaram, Raju. Every year, the government of Andhra Pradesh celebrates his birthday on 4th of July as a state festival. Consider the following statements with respect to Vietnam. It shares a border with China, Thailand and Laos. Its capital is situated in the southern region of the country and it is a claimant to the South China Sea. How many statements given above is or are correct? See, here borders are asked. Here, again it's a tricky question. First of all, you have to know what is the capital of Vietnam, then only you can answer the direction, right? And it is a claimant to the South China Sea is like, does it share a border with South China Sea or not? So these kind of tricks can be created. Yes, if we talk about the first statement, it shares a border with China and Laos, but not Thailand. It shares a border with Cambodia instead of Thailand. So first statement is incorrect. Its capital is situated in the southern region of the country. No, what is its capital? Its capital is Hanoi, right? Its capital is Hanoi and it is situated in the north region. And yes, it is a claimant to the South China Sea. That means it shares a border with the South China Sea. First is not correct. Second is not correct. Only third is correct. One only will be the correct answer. India and Vietnam. These both countries have done a joint consultation when it comes to increasing cooperation in the field of law and justice. They're also talking about signing of memorandum of understanding. Here is the map. Here is Vietnam bordering the South China Sea and has a border with Cambodia, has a border with Laos, and here it is China. Here is the Gulf of Tonkin. Okay, so remember all this. Then we talked about the capital. Here is the capital, Hanoi. Ho Chi Minh City is in south, very important city, and Hanoi is in the north of Vietnam. Remember that. Okay, let's move on. With respect to the 6G, consider the following statement. 6G, we know 6th generation. Okay, 6G is expected to provide theoretical maximum speed up to 100 times faster than 5G. The increased speeds and reliability of 6G networks will require less energy. So which of the statements given above is or are not correct? 6th generation, an upgradation from 5th generation technology when it comes to the internet. Theoretically means just on paper. We haven't tested it yet. So theoretically, it is being said that it is going to provide up to 100 times faster than the 5G. So first statement is correct. But as the speed is increased, it will need more energy. That means people have to pay more cost for it. That is the disadvantage. First is correct, second is not correct. B, 2 only will be the correct answer. So India has recently acquired over 200 patents for 6G technologies. And yesterday only, Bharat 6G Alliance was launched in New Delhi. This alliance is a professional body which consists of industry, academia, and the central government. It is mandated to take all the related activities related to 6G in a systemic and methodical way. India has entered into the world's top 3 5G ecosystem. Remember that. Who are the first to remember that as well? And 270,000 5G sites are operational in the country. 6G means 6th generation of mobile networks and it will provide faster speed, lower latency. What is latency? When you look at any video, there is one circle that is going on like this, that is buffering. That means you will suffer less buffering, more speed will be provided and thereafter lower latency and more reliable connection than its predecessors. That means it will be secure the way it will work in an encrypted manner. It is expected to provide theoretically maximum speed of up to 100 times faster than the 5G, and it is due to the use of higher frequency bands on the wireless spectrum. These bands provide it an advantage over the predecessors. Predecessors means the earlier ones that came before 6G. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled the latest technology 6G in India at MWC 2022. Since then, Airtel and Jio are trying a lot hard to ensure that they are the first ones to launch 6G. South Korea is a much ahead country than any other country. It is planning to launch the 6G by the year 2028. For India, it is being said that approximately $481.7 million are needed in order to launch the entire 6G infrastructure. Advantages of 6G include: we will get faster speed, we will have lower latency and reliable connection, we will be able to access data faster with fewer delays. We can also connect a large number of Internet of Things. Like if I tell my Wi-Fi to switch on my TV or my AC or my geyser, it could be done in a much larger manner. So many devices can be connected at once. And development of new augmented reality and virtual reality, it will also provide a better thing. Like we can go virtually to a concert just by sitting at home. So all these will be, of course, an outcome of a better technology, that is the 6G. It will also have advanced encryption technology. Encryption means that the communication between one party with the other party is not known to any other party who is not involved in that communication process. So it's better. It is expected that it will be more reliable, more safe, more hack proof. Okay, but there are disadvantages, of course, because of the increased speed. It will need more energy. More energy means the consumers will pay a lot for it. Other than this, cost associated with building the infrastructure and maintaining the infrastructure for 6G is also a lot. Other than this, it is being expected that it can be used for surveillance process. That is, a concern that many countries have right now, because of too much data is being created by every person in the world, and that is why profiling can be done. What kind of things you are looking at, what kind of political parties you support, what kind of commodities you purchase, everything we Google, right? So you can be profiled very easily. And when we profile you, what will happen? You can be manipulated to do certain things. So this is one of the disadvantages. That is why I'm saying this segment is good for mains as well, because I'm providing everything here. Next, the Mekedatu, which is a deep gorge. It is situated at the confluence of Kaveri and Tirtha, Bhavani, Hemavati, Arkavati. See, Mekedatu project has been in the news a lot, and still it is. So that is why we expect a question from here. And it is a gorge. Mekedatu means goat sleep. Goats sleep, and it is situated at the confluence of Kaveri with its tributary Arkavati. Okay, so Tamil Nadu Water Resources Minister has said that Tamil Nadu will never let Karnataka go on with the project Mekedatu, because Karnataka, according to the norms, it should consult Tamil Nadu before constructing this project, but it hasn't as of yet. It's a multi-purpose project, okay, and it will come at the confluence of the Kaveri river. Here it is, and of course the Arkavati river. Okay, and it is a deep gorge. Remember that. It is a balancing reservoir. The project will be a balancing reservoir near Kanakpura in Ramanagara district of Karnataka. And Mekedatu is a deep gorge situated at the confluence of Kaveri and Arkavati. It will provide drinking water to Bengaluru and also generate energy capacity. But the thing is that, developing this project, Tamil Nadu is saying it violates the final judgment of the Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal. It said that a specific share should be given to each riparian state, including Tamil Nadu. Okay, so that is why this is the problem. Kaveri river originates in Karnataka from Brahmagiri hills, and then it moves in this particular fashion. It is known as Ponni river in Tamil Nadu. Okay, it is a very important river actually. So that is why many important rivers which are going into states, it is important we know about them, where they are originating from, which states they are going through. With respect to Chandrayaan III, consider the following statements. It will be launched with the help of Launch Vehicle Mark III. One of the primary objectives is to accomplish soft landing on the moon, and it consists of a lander, rover and orbiter. How many of the statements given above is or are not correct? See, Chandrayaan III will move forward whatever we have known with the help of Chandrayaan II. We have sent a lander, a rover and orbiter in Chandrayaan II. Now, orbiter is still intact, but we are going to send a lander and a rover in Chandrayaan III. Orbiter we do not need because it is already there. So, third statement because of that becomes incorrect. Last time also, during the process of Chandrayaan II, we wanted to achieve soft landing. Soft landing means easily able to land without causing any sort of crash. That we created. That was a failure of Chandrayaan II, that we hard landed on the moon. And that created a problem for the entire project. So first, of course, that means third is incorrect, second is correct. We want to achieve soft landing on the south pole of the moon, and it will be launched with the help of Launch Vehicle Mark III. First is correct, second is correct, third is not correct. How many are not correct? One only is not correct. So it is about to be launched on 13th of July from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Andhra Pradesh, Sriharikota. But it is being said it can also be between 13th to 19th of July. This is the range. We will have to find the perfect range. Okay. Chandrayaan 3 is a follow-on mission on Chandrayaan 2 to demonstrate end-to-end capability when it comes to safe landing and roving. First of all, we have to land and then we have to move along, consisting of lander and rover, and it will be launched by LVM-3 Mark III from SD Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. Propulsion module will carry the lander and rover configuration till 100 km lunar orbit. Propulsion module means the module which will help it move forward, and the orbit is to be remembered as well, because sometimes it can happen UPSC tricks you with different sort of kilometers of orbit. Okay. Propulsion module has spectropolarimeter of habitable planet Earth payload. Which payload? Shape payload. And it will try to draw the map of the south, a map of moon in a manner that we know what are the resources that are available on the moon. It will study the spectral and polarimetric measurements of the Earth from the lunar orbit as well. The mission objectives include safe and soft landing on the lunar surface, roving capabilities, that it is moving along the rover, and in situ scientific experiments will be created so that we can know if we inhabit the moon, we can have our scientific facility over there as well. And as you can see, the moon and the Chandrayaan 3's cost is much less than Chandrayaan 2. Launch rocket is 360 crore rupees and lander rover is costing us 250 crore. The finances for Chandrayaan 3 are much lower. And if we talk about Chandrayaan 2 costed us 960 crore. So we are saving from here as well. Consider the following statements. A lawmaker voluntarily gives up his her membership if he is a nominated member and joins any political party in the entire duration, if he or she votes against the party whip. In how many of the above given situations can the anti-defection law be applied? Anti-defection law is enshrined in the 10th schedule of the Constitution by the 52nd Amendment Act, and it was introduced in the year 1985. In order to have political stability, because many people after 1967, they were trying to topple their party by switching to other parties. So this created a lot of problem, and anti-defection law because of that had to come. If a lawmaker has given up the voluntarily, without any force, has given up the membership of their party, then of course, if they are no longer the member of the party, on the basis of that party, they came in to be a member of the parliament or the state legislative assembly. So if they are not a member of the party anymore, they won't be a member of the state legislative assembly or the parliament. So that makes the first statement to be correct. Here, anti-defection law will be applied. If he is a nominated member and joins any political party in the entire duration. The keywords here are entire duration. If an independent member joins any political party after getting elected to the state legislative assembly or the parliament, if they are joining the party, an independent member, then they can be disqualified. But if a nominated member joins any political party within 6 months, then they are not disqualified. But if they are doing it after 6 months, then they will be disqualified. So that makes the second statement to be incorrect. If he or she votes against the party whip, yes. If the party whip means party direction, it is being said that please, dear member, vote according to this party's orders, but you are not doing it. You are denying it. You are defying it. You are not voting against it. You are not voting according to the party whip, or you are abstaining, voting, do not vote at all. So all these are actually going against the party whip. So in first and third cases, anti-defection laws will be applied. 2 only will be the correct answer. Recently, 9 NCP leaders have went to join BJP, and this is the question: will anti-defection law be there for them or not? If 2/3 of the members of NCP join the BJP as under NCP only, what will happen? They will not be disqualified. because it is mandated that if 2/3 of the members of that party are defecting, no disqualification will be applied, either on the ones that are going to different party or on the ones that are still there in the other party. So that is the entire issue. Anti-defection law came into being in the year 1985 with the help of 52nd Amendment, and it is enshrined in the 10th Schedule. Defection is actually a conscious abandonment of allegiance or duty. That means to whom you were alleging to. Now you do not, view them up to that position, and you're not doing your duty according to the party's role, then of course you are defecting. The process of disqualification is there on the grounds of defection. And who is going to decide that? It is the presiding officer's decision if somebody has to be disqualified under the anti-defection law or not. And it is applicable, not available, applicable to both the parliament and the state legislative assembly. What are the ground of defection? First, you are voluntarily giving up your membership of the party. But that is a formal resignation. You can do it in the form of formal resignation. But what if you are criticizing the party on public grounds? I suppose belong to party X and I am just going on in public rallies and saying things about my own party which are not in the interest of the party. Then also I stand to be disqualified. If you have any questions about it, then I have an example. 2 members of Janata Dal United were disqualified in 2017 by the chairman of the Rajya Sabha because they were openly criticizing their party to which they were belonging and also joining opposition rallies. There is also violation of instructions. That means going against the party whip. Okay. Then they are considered to be disqualified if he is an independently elected member and joins a political party. And a legislator will be deemed disqualified if he is nominated member and joins any political party after 6 months. Within 6 months, if the nominated member has joined the party, then not an issue. But if you're doing it after 6 months, then you tend to be disqualified. And the decision of the presiding officer is subject to judicial review. Remember that. It's a very favorite question of UPSC prelims. It is subjected to judicial review. Exceptions include, that means in which cases this won't happen, which is of course when if at least 2/3 of the legislators of the party are in favor of such merger. Supposedly for NCP, if 36 members are going to support Ajit Pawar, then of course they won't be disqualified. The section provides an exemption to Article 5 of the Anti-Defection law. Remember, Article 5 of the Anti-Defection law says that the Speaker, Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the Legislature won't be disqualified on the anti-defection law grounds. Greedflation, a term recently seen in the news, refers to price rise caused by high demand by the consumers for a short-term trend, oil companies making profit due to lower cost of oil in the world but higher cost in the country economy, employees asking for higher salaries due to increased specialization of skills, price inflation caused by corporate greed for high profit. The correct answer is option D, which is happening in the United States. And greedflation means price inflation which is caused by corporate entities which are having a greed for high profit. It is being said that since the pandemic, even if the input costs are not so much, then also the corporate entities are increasing their profits. And it is causing a huge inflation in the USA's economy. And it is a sign of increased market dominance. That means the more a company becomes dominant in the market, it knows its positions and then asks for a higher price for the commodities. And this is happening since the pandemic. There are also calls for the ban on price hike to prevent profiteering. That means if you are profiteering because of greediness. Okay. So I hope you understood this class well. The PDF will be provided to you soon. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.